Hello Flosstube, my name is Jill and you can find me here and on Instagram at CJillStitch. This is a channel all about cross stitch and today is kind of a bonus episode. It's my WIP parade. So a WIP stands for work in progress. So this is just going to be me showing everything that I am currently stitching. So I'm just going to start by introducing myself because I know I've had some new subscribers since my last few Flosstubes. I just want to let you know a little more about me. I live in Las Vegas. I'm married. I have 4 kids, 3 girls and a boy. My oldest daughter is in college and then my other 3 kids are at home. I have an 8th grader, a 7th grader, and a 5th grader. So they keep me busy. I'm gonna try to get through this whole WIP parade before I have to go pick them up from school. So let's see, what else can I tell you about myself? I'm a cross stitcher. I also like to do other kinds of sewing. I do quilting, hand stitching. I do like English paper piecing, which is a kind of quilting. I like to sew project bags and other just like fun bags, things like that. I kind of go through phases with my other kinds of stitching. I'll get like the quilt bug for a little while and do a lot of quilting, and then it kind of goes away, and also clothes for my kids for a little while. It kind of comes and goes, but the cross stitching is always here. So I have lots to show as far as that goes. I think that's about it. So I just wanted to, I was trying to decide if I wanted to do this as a WIP parade or just a regular, just my next Flosstube. And I decided to do a WIP parade because I can show in the parade the things that I would normally show in a video. Oh, and if you're a returning viewer, you may notice I'm in a different spot than I usually film. I'm usually in a chair up on the other side of this counter. But I'm sitting on the floor in front of it right now because I needed the space. I got to spread out a little bit for my WIPs. So it's a little weird to be on the floor. But this is all my scraps for my quilting and kind of organized by color. Then I've got fabric and all of these and fabric all over because fabric just makes me happy. It's its own separate hobby apart from actually quilting and sewing. It's just collecting fabric. Anyway, okay, so I wanted to just go over a couple things before I start showing my WIPs because there's a couple of categories. Well, not really category. Anyway, I'll just do it. My brain is like all over the place today. So let's see, 2 Christmases ago, I just called it the 12 Days of Christmas. And I did a new start for 12 days, every day between Christmas and I think it was January 5th, a new start. It was super fun. I love starting new things. So I really enjoyed it. And so last Christmas, 2024, I kind of wanted to do it again, but I still had 9 of the 12 WIPs from the previous year. So I did those 9. And then I did 3 new starts for the other 3 days. So I kind of started one at the beginning, one in the middle, and one at the end. So I will start by showing my 3 new starts, and then I'll show my other 9 WIPs from my 12 Days of Christmas, and then I'll show everything else I have. Excuse me. But I also kind of wanted to just briefly talk about what I am planning on doing to kind of get through WIPs this year, what I want to do to work on, because I like having a little bit of structure with my cross stitching. It kind of keeps me focused so I'm not just all over the place, but I don't like having too much structure because I just get squirrely then. I don't follow it. So I need just like a little bit of help. So last year I did WIP Go for maybe 4 or 5 months, and it worked great for that little bit of time. I think I got maybe 3 finishes from it, which is great, but it just it didn't work after that. I don't know what it was about it. I kind of set goals on the board to work on something for 3 days, or if it was close to a finish, to finish it. And I felt like 3 days wasn't long enough to really get some good progress in. Like, maybe it's just me. It takes me a couple days to really get into a project, because when you pull something out to work on it, for me anyway, I have to like reorient myself with a pattern. Where was I working? Or where do I want to work next? And if it's multiple pages, what page am I on? And you know, all the things. So, and then I really get in on a groove after I've kind of figured all of that out. So 3 days didn't feel like long enough, and I know I can change that to whatever I want because it's my own thing, but it just wasn't working for me. So this year I am doing, I put all of my WIPs on an app that's called Tiny Decisions. It's a little wheel that you spin and it picks something for you. I've been using the Tiny Decisions app for years. We use it for lots of other things in my house. We have a list of restaurants we like on it, so that when we want to eat out, we can just spin the wheel, because my kids can never agree on something. They all like different restaurants. It's like impossible to make them all happy. And my youngest kid is just, she likes to be contrary. So there was always someone that wasn't happy. So we just left it up to the wheel to choose what we were eating, so that they could just get mad at the wheel. Anyway, that was a tangent. I've used it for a lot of other things, but I've never used it for cross stitching, which seems silly because I've seen other people use it. So this year I put all my WIPs on my WIP wheel, except my seasonal WIPs. So autumn, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, winter, those are not on the wheel. But I didn't count. I want to say it's maybe 32 or 33 WIPs on the wheel, which is gonna work great. So I spin it, and whatever it lands on, I work on for 10 days. So I'm on my 3rd round of wheel spins for that, and it's going really great. I'm really happy with how it's working out and the progress I'm getting. I already have a finish, so I will show that as I go through my WIPs. Okay, let's just get into the stitching. See if I can organize myself here. My first new start of my 12 Days of Christmas was my first chatelaine. I'm very excited about this. It is the Scotland Mandala. There's a picture of it. And it was just, it's a small start. So I ordered, if you know chatelaines, you know they have all the specialty flosses and beads and all the things. And I ordered it all from European cross stitch, except the Glorianas, because Gloriana. She said that it was taking a really long time to get those in, so I just decided to source those on my own. So I got those maybe the beginning of December, and was just waiting for everything else. So I went to start it, and like the whole center of the design was specialty flosses I didn't have, and beads, and so I had to pull out a little ways just to find a place that I could start, which was a Gloriana. So this is my small start. It's hard to see how beautiful it is, but this silk is this beautiful dark navy color. And you can kind of see in the pattern, maybe right in the middle where it is. So, and then of course, like maybe a week after I started it, I got my package from European Cross Stitch with everything else in it. So look at all these, see if you can see them. Beautiful colors. Aren't those so pretty? Oh. Sorry, there's some landscapers out on the street in front of my house. I hope you can't hear their leaf blower going. Look at all those beautiful treasure braids and all the beads. Oh, I'm so excited to work on this. It's a sad start, really small, and it's probably going to take me years to do, but it's going to be amazing whenever I finish it, or even whenever I get a better start than that on it. Just one day of stitching. Okay, my next, oh, I popped the needle minder off of that one to show it to you. I better put it back on. My next new start was, this is the Loose Feathers series for the birds by Blackbird Designs. So I started with number 1. There are 9 charts in this series, and I'm gonna do them all on one big piece of fabric. I'm trying to pull my Q-snap off here so you can see it. So I finished number 1 and started in on number 2. This has been so much fun to work on. So here's where I am. So this one, oops, if I can, this is kind of the dividing line between the 2 patterns. So number 1 is finished. Number 2, starting here, is a nice start. And let me show you what 2 looks like. Number 2 is called The Light Upon the Lawn. Can't tell if I'm getting it in the... There we go. I just realized that I have my ring light turned off, so it's a little bit dark. Let me see if I can turn it on real quick here and have some more light. Oh, it's not gonna work. Okay, so that's Loose Feathers for the birds. And I'm just having fun working on that whenever I get a chance. Normally, I think I will do my wheel spins. I will work on those in the evenings because I am almost always have time in the evenings or at night. If I have something going on that night, I can work on it like later night, I guess. Anyway. And then during the rest of the day, I can just work on whatever I want. That's not part of my wheel spin. Okay, my third new start. Whoops. This is my first big Mirabilia. I did one. I finished it earlier, or I finished it last year. It was Thanksgiving Harvest Fairy, and it's just a small one, but I had a lot of fun with it. I kind of wanted to try something small before I jumped into a big one, and it was fun, so I'm doing a big one. So this is Midsummer Night's Fairy. There, she is beautiful. I'm doing it on this fantastic piece of linen. Oh, I didn't tell you what the other things are stitched on. Let me rewind for just a sec. My Scotland mandala is stitched on 40 or 32 count. Oh, I think it's Dust Bunny from Fox and Rabbit. I'm pretty sure. And then my For the Birds is 40 count Wren from Picture This Plus. Okay. So this Mirabilia is on a piece of even weave from Hand Dyed by Rolanda. This is what it looks like. Oh, it looks really tie-dyed, like crazy neon tie-dyed. It's not. Okay, that's my start, which I think is a decent start for one day, because this is just a day of stitching. And then there's this beautiful fabric. See if I can like do it justice, because it's so gorgeous. It's not, it just looks like this crazy tie-dyed piece of fabric, and it's really not. It's really beautiful. I think it's gonna look amazing with this fairy on it, hopefully. So I'm excited to keep seeing some progress on this, because I think it's gonna look really great, and I'm excited to do the beading. I'm fairly new to beading, so lots of new things with that. It's gonna be really fun. Okay, so that was my 3 new starts for my 12 days of Christmas. And I'll come over here and show you. These are in no particular order, but my previous starts that I worked on again. First one is Mary Morgan's from Fox and Rabbit. I love this chart so much. It is so pretty. Let me just show you the colors. Hold on a sec. These colors are just phenomenal. Look at that. Aren't those so gorgeous? Oh, where you can see them. They're so bright and fun for a sampler. Like, it's so unique. And I think that's really what drew me to it, was just those really unique colors and that giant flower in the middle. I can't wait to get to that. I have to say though that this is a slow going sampler. For me anyway. I don't know, there's probably other people that just flew through it. But so I worked on it for a day in 2023, the day I started it. And then I worked on it for a day in 2024. And then I think I pulled it out for maybe 1 or 2 other days last year. So this is how far I am on it. I have a little bit of the border done, just a few letters. A, B, C, D, E are all finished. And then I just moved down to work on, it's telling me no, to work on that beneath. And it's gonna take me a really long time to work on this, but it's so lovely. I will just keep going. I think I'm doing it on the called for, which is a surprise. Baked clay from Fox and Rabbit. Oh wait, nope, I'm not. I'm doing it on 40 count parchment. Really? I'm sure that's right. But it just, I thought parchment was a little bit lighter than that. Anyway, it's still lovely. Whatever it's on. And you will see some more progress on that this year whenever it gets spun on the wheel. I'm hoping to get a lot more progress on it. Okay. Next, we have, oh, this piece. This is fun because some of these are in bags that I can't see what's in them. So it's like Christmas, it's a little surprise. Okay, this is called Nightingale from Eva Rosenstand. This is a kit that I purchased. It doesn't actually say anywhere on it that it's called Nightingale, but it is. I love this piece so much, and it has given me so much grief. And it was all self-inflicted. Like, the pattern is great. The pattern is huge. It's like the big, huge pieces of paper. It's big, it's clear. It has all just been user error. And I was, okay, let me show you where I am right now. I'm on the bird cage in the middle. Sorry, I need something to put behind it. I'm on the bird cage in the middle. I've been working on this one. It's gotten more than just a couple days in. I worked on it for a while last year. And if you can see up in this area, you can see like fuzzies because I filled in this big, huge area and then had to frog it all. I was so sad about it. I had to frog that, and I had to frog this orange right in here was also wrong. So after doing that, I put it away for a while. It was kind of in timeout. And I decided to pull it out. When did I pull it out? Was it in January? Oh, it was just, yeah, it was for my 12 days of Christmas. I pulled it out again to work on it. Excuse me. And I put in this yellow right here. And people, I did that 4 times. Put the yellow in, pulled it out because I counted wrong. Put it in again, counted wrong again, pulled it out 4 times. 4 times. I was like ready to throw it across the room. I was so frustrated. It's not hard counting. I only had to count to like 8 and then start over again. it was just a really off day for me, I guess. Anyway, but I decided to keep going. Like, I was not gonna let myself quit on this again because I really love it. So I finally got it done, moved up here, had to frog a little bit of this because I did it wrong, and then kept going. It's really bad to frog when it's a kit because the floss like is usually not salvageable. I try to keep it like good to reuse it, but it's usually not. So that's a little bit stressful in case you run out of floss. But this one is done in DMC. Or no, it's not. Sorry. I'm thinking of another one. I don't know what this is in, but I know, so it was this orange color that I was frogging a lot of, and I know I have enough of it to at least finish the bird cage, and probably, I may even have enough for everything, but if not, I will just find a DMC that's similar to do like anything else that color, some of the birds and everything, and it'll be fine. It's all good. I really love this pattern, and I really just need to pay attention when I'm stitching it. I don't know what my problem is with this, but okay. It's a great pattern, and I'm just doing it on an antique white. I didn't do the kit fabric because it was, I don't know, really stiff, and it might have been Ada, I don't remember. So I just swapped it out for a I think it's a 36 count, just antique white linen. So, next, excuse me, is a Lavender and Lace pattern. This is called Angel of Healing. There's a picture of it. She's really beautiful. Get in focus, focus on the focus. Okay. So this has only had 2 days on it. Last year, or 2023 and 2024. And it looks like this. It is just the white stitching. There's lots of other phenomenal colors in it. It's gonna be great. But for a while, I'm just doing white. And I got a lot done. I think I did everything from about here up in 1 day. It's just so much white stitching. I'm gonna keep going. It's gonna get better. It's just that white stitching for a long time. Is this right side up? Yes, it is. I'm doing this on, I think it's 36 count. Hang on, I've got the paper right here. It is 36 count Stone's Throw is the color from Oak Crown Studios. Whoops. There it is again. Beautiful, beautiful. This is my first Lavender and Lace too. Probably not my last, but. Next we have small timber. This is Yellow Submarine from Blackbird Designs. Super fun. I love this one. And it's gonna go quick and easy, and I need to get a drink. It's very dry here in Las Vegas right now. I gotta stay hydrated. So this is where I am on it. I've got my cute jellyfish needle minder. It calls, I think the called for fabric is cedar plank. Yes, I'm doing it on Seaweed from Fox and Rabbit. That's actually fairly accurate. I think it's gonna look really good. I am gonna change one of the colors of floss on it, but it's not one I've gotten to yet, so I'll tell you about it when I get to it. This is one that I am really confident that I will finish this year. Next we have, sorry, I didn't pre-unzip all my bags. So you're gonna hear a little bit of zipping. This is Mary Amelia's Bird from Quaint Rose Needle Arts. So I am doing, or I want to do kind of a bird wall of bird cross stitches because I love stitching the birds. I have a place in my house where I want to put those in. So this is on the list of things I want to stitch. I've got like, I stopped stitching in the middle of, okay, this is where I am. It's basically just branch. Let's see if I can pull it up. It's just the branch. Oh, here we go. It's on Duxbury, 36 count Duxbury from Fox and Rabbit. I'm hopeful I can finish this. Well, I will finish it this year. Hopefully I can do it in my 10 days on the WIP wheel. If not, I'll just pull it out again or keep working on it after it gets spun and keep working on it till it's finished. When I pulled it out this year to do my day on it, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to finish it in 10 days after all, because there is quite a bit. It's not a really big pattern, but 112 by 120. But it's pretty solid. It's not full coverage, but pretty dense stitching. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to finish it or not. But after working on it for a day, I was like, okay, I can maybe do this in 10 days. And if not, I'll just keep going till it's done. So that one's really fun. My next one is, get the picture out. This is from By the Bay Needle Art, and it's called I Am a Needlesmith. Ooh, we've got some reflection. I am a needlesmith. I love the colors that By the Bay uses. They're just really beautiful. This is another one that I'm hopeful that I can finish in this year. And I've got a hanging. Right. This is where I am. You kind of see, got my fabric holder on there and just a random floss because I just stopped in the middle of stitching. But it looks really good. Oh, I put my picture back in the bag, but here's another comparison. I think I can finish this in 10 days. I told you, I think I have maybe 32 or 33 WIPs on the wheel, and I was counting, kind of looking over them and counting, and I am confident that I can get at least 6 or 7 of them finished this year, which is good. I tend to do really big patterns, so it takes a long time to finish them. All right, this was one of my 2023 12 Days of Christmas starts, Golden Delicious from the Artsy Housewife. So I worked on it in 2023, and then I pulled it out a couple different times last year and worked on it. And when it came up again for 2024 12 Days of Christmas, for some reason that day I was not, it wasn't that I wasn't feeling it, there was something else I really wanted to do, and I can't remember what it was. But I gave myself permission to just work on that instead of on this, because I had made so much progress on this one in the past year. So it didn't get 2024 or 12 Days of Christmas done on it, but it still has quite a bit done. So I've got most of the outside border done, not done, but like being worked on. I think there's still 1 or 2 more flowers over on this side, because I worked on whatever I could get to in the Q-snap. So the border does extend a little bit further this way. And I'm kind of just doing it by color. So I pick a color, I start up here, and just anything all the way down in that color I fill in. So it's getting good progress. I am confident that I can finish this one this year. I love it. It's so fun. Oops. Put my needle back on it so I don't lose it. Oh, I am doing, I didn't tell you what the past few, this is antique white linen. Mary Amelia's bird is on Duxbury, I told you that. Golden Delicious is also just on an antique white linen, but I'm doing the Roxy Floss Co floss conversion on it. So it does look a little bit different from the picture. Okay. Oh, I gotta shift. Let's see. I have 2 more to show you from my 12 days of Christmas. I'm trying to decide which one to do first because I have something to talk about on each one. Okay, we'll do this one. So this is ink circle. Oh, it's ink circles. That's the designer. It's Cirque des Cercles. Probably said that wrong. My apologies. So, I worked on it for my 2 days for the past 2 years of Christmas stitching, and then this got spun on my WIP wheel this year. This is my current stitch on the WIP wheel. And I don't have a picture of where I was before. Oh, I do, but it's on my phone and I'm filming with my phone. So if I remember, I will put a picture up here of where it was when I started working on it this year. And this is where I am now. Look at that. Oh, okay, hang on. I gotta put something behind it. Isn't that so fun? I love this so much. I had a thought and it's gone. Okay, I'm doing this on a dark green fabric. I believe it's called Dark Forest, but I can't remember who the dyer is. I'm pretty sure I got it from Kitten Stitcher. If I can find it, I will make a note of it in the comments. And I'm doing the called for DMC, which I think is DMC 111. It's a variegated floss. And it's just turning out so nice. I'm really happy about how this one is looking. And I'm on day 10. I haven't stitched on it yet today, so this is the 9 days of stitching, I guess. And it's going really well. So I will finish stitching on this tonight and then spin something new tomorrow. So that's out of the way. Okay. My last Christmas stitch. Trying to find the cover page here. Is Long Dog Samplers. Apparently it's a surprise because I can't find the cover page. Oh, there it is. This is Saga from Long Dog Samplers. If you're new here, one thing you should know about me is I love Long Dog Samplers. They're just my favorite. If I could only stitch from one designer for the rest of my life, it would be Long Dogs. Okay. So, well, this was I started it on Christmas Day, 2023, and I pulled it out again on, well, it was a tiny start, like really sad, small start. So I pulled it out again on Leap Day, and it was kind of my Leap Day start is when I really started it. And I've been working on it ever since then. I'm gonna pop it one side of the Q-snap off because I kind of have a dilemma with this one. This is how it looks. I'm doing purple for like the arches and the kind of the foundation of the piece. And then I'm doing variegated flosses going down the 5 tiers. So I have 2 more colors to go of the variegation. And this is my dilemma. Excuse me. I don't love it. I don't love it. I think it would look, I mean, it'll look cool with the variegation. My problem is just that Long Dogs are so full of fun little details. Every one of these arches is going to be full of fun animals and just these really neat things, and you can't really see it with these variegated flosses. So you're just losing. I mean, you can kind of see if the lighting is right. You can see the octopus. There's going to be a submarine down there. but the date goes in it, and I don't want to add the date until I'm done. So I just can't decide if I want to keep doing this with the variegated flosses, because the overall effect is going to be nice with the variegation, but I'm sad to be losing the details that Long Dog puts in their samplers. So I haven't worked on this for a little while because I'm trying to decide if I want to pick it out. That's a lot to pick out. I'd leave the purple, but I would pick out all of that variegation and maybe just do the whole thing in purple because it's easier to see, or like a black, or okay, give me your thoughts. I don't want to totally start over because I've got all this purple in that I'm happy with. What do you think? Should I leave the variegation? It's a lot to pick out, but at the same time, this is only like page 3 of 25. So in the long run, it's not a lot. There's going to be a lot more that goes into it than this. And I just can't decide if I want to keep it and just keep going and just resign myself to the fact that you're not going to see all of the details in this sampler, or if I should pick it out. And should I just do, if I pick it out, should I just do purple, or should I do like purple arches and some other dark color that's going to show up good, black, or I don't know. I needed to preface that by saying I love Long Dogs because it makes it sound like I don't really love this Long Dog. I love the pattern. I'm just a little bit torn on it. So yes, give me your thoughts on that. Okay. Having a small avalanche here. Let's go into the things that I'm just my regular WIPs, because that was all of my 12 Days of Christmas. So my first wheel spin this year was Stand Firm from Sweet Wing Studios. It says, be sure you put your feet in the right place, then stand firm. It's not, there we go. An Abraham Lincoln quote. And I finished it. It's done. This is what it looks like. It's not ironed yet. I apologize. This was this was my furthest finish. What am I trying to say? I was the furthest along out of all my WIPs. This was the one that I knew was going to get done for sure, because I had all the words done and all of the motifs, like all of these. So I just had to do, his name and the flag. I think I had to finish the top hat and then just do down on the bottom. Easy peasy. It took me 3 days. Well, like, yeah, 3 days, but I finished it on the morning of the 3rd day. So then I spun my wheel again that day and started in on my next one. But so really fast and easy, fun to stitch. Once I got my groove going on this one, it just went really quick. So I just need to get it fully finished. I might do this one in like a flat fold or something. So, but it's cute. And then I spun the wheel, and my next WIP that popped up was my birthday start from last year. And the zipper was caught. So this is another kit. It's Permanent of Copenhagen, and it is called Roses and Fuchsia. That's what it looks like. I'm not using, dang it, I forgot to tell you fabrics again. I promise this is not like my first floss tube. I just can't remember what I'm doing. I don't remember. If you really want to know and I didn't say, message me. I'm not using the kit fabric on this one because it was a black Ada that I didn't like. So I'm just doing it on a black even weave. And when I started, I had this little rose done and the leaf, and I had started on these fuchsia right here. So after 10 days of stitching, this is where I am. Oh, isn't that so good? Not my stitching, it sounds like I'm bragging. Isn't this so amazing what I did? Isn't this pattern so amazing? It's gorgeous. It's gonna look so good. So I finished filling in the fuchsia, and then I did all of these leaves and this little rosebud. Oh, it's so pretty. This is being done with DMC. Like, it came as a kit. Let me show you these flosses. Pinks and greens. It came as a kit, but they are all DMCs. So I think I might have been missing one of the colors from the kit. And it says right on the page what DMC color it is, which is great, because then if you're missing something or you run out of something, you can just go buy it at the store. Oh, I really didn't want to stop working on this one. I kind of considered just continuing on with it after the 10 days, like spinning the wheel for something else, but then just working on this on top of that. I thought, wouldn't it be so fun if I got this done by my birthday this year? Because it was my birthday start last year. But I think I calculated that I would have to work on it like almost nonstop till my birthday, which is in the end of April, to get it done. So I feel like there's a ton done on it, but really I just did like this. There's still so much to go. I love it. I would love to have it done by the end of April, but I don't think that's going to happen. But I haven't like put it away yet. So it's still kind of in the back of my mind that I could keep going on it. Maybe finish it. Okay. So after my 10 days on that, I spun the wheel and got my ink circles. This one that I'm working on until tomorrow, and then I will spin for something else. So now we're just moving on to other WIPs that I have not worked on. Some of them for a year, some of them for a little longer. Okay, these are in no particular order. This first one is, this was a Teresa Kogut. I think it was like a stitch along. I got it when I was on her Patreon, but I think it has been, I know it's been released now and you can just buy it. It's called Simple Life. I don't have a finished picture of it because I was just getting it in parts, but I can show you where I am on it. This is where I am. This is about halfway through, because I think this is parts 1, 2, and 3, and then 4, 5, and 6 were underneath. So I just need to come down, and I have all the parts. I just need to keep working on it. The fabric is 36 count overcast from Cedar River Linens. It's gonna look really good when it's done. You just need to do it. It's cute. Putting my needle lighter back on. Does anyone else just keep a needle with each of your projects? I know some people, like, when they are done working on something, they pull the needle out, and then when they go back to it, they have, I don't know, I just keep them in the bags. Okay, let's see. This next one is stuck in the bag. Leela Studios Summer Quaker. I'm pretty sure everyone that cross stitches has stitched this or is working on it or wants to work on it. It's just beautiful. So I am, I gotta pull my part of my Q-snap off here to show it all to you. Oh, and I've gotta Why do I stop like in the middle of a thread? Why didn't I just finish that? Oh, it's very wrinkled. I apologize for that. This is where I am on it. So I started in the top left corner, did a little bit of that border. Now I'm down, did the whole left side. I'm almost done with the bottom. So it ends like right after the lobster, which I stopped. I literally probably have like 4 stitches left on that. I don't know why I didn't just finish it, but it kind of just angles out there and ends. So a little over halfway done with the border, and I just have the middle left to do. I love a good Quaker. Where's my Q-snap? I love a good Quaker, and the colors in this one are just fantastic. And I'm gonna have a lot of fun stitching on it when it comes up on the wheel again. Don't think I'll get it done, but I will have fun working on it. The fabric I'm using is Over the Moon from Color and Cotton, 36 count Over the Moon. I'll show it to you again. It's just this really nice, you can see it, light blue color. It's kind of just washing out a little bit. And I put it in a cute bag that I made that has mermaids on the back and on the front. And little seahorses. So cute. All right. Oh, my next one is also Leela Studios. This was my first Leela Studios. This is ginormous. I've been working on this. This is probably one of my older WIPs. This is Let Freedom Ring. It's beautiful. This is where I am. I started in the middle. I really shouldn't have started in the middle because I'm wasting a lot of fabric here. This is where I am. Whoa! Have to lean back to get it all in. It looks like it's almost done, but it's not. I still have, oh, I gotta scooch my hands in. So I still have everything on this side, obviously. And then there's more stuff underneath down at the bottom. You can see there's the horse and carriage and the people on the bottom border. And I haven't done the top border either. There's not really a side border. It's just kind of a line. So I am definitely over halfway through. But I have not been doing the back stitching as I'm going along. Shame, shame, shame. I should learn. I should know by this point, do the back stitching as you go along because I hate back stitching. So this whole building, all of Independence Hall is back stitched. And I have to do that too. So womp womp, as my teenager would say. It's beautiful though. I love it. I'm trying to remember what fabric I'm doing it on. I thought this was Parchment, but it doesn't look like the Parchment that I did my other one on. It might be Flax. Let me see if I saved the tag. I kind of was working on this before I really started making note of what I was stitching on. Oh, it's written 32 count platinum Belfast linen, it says. So 32 count is mighty big for this. If I were starting it again, I would probably do it on a 40, but there we go. I'm not planning on finishing this one this year, but it would be awesome if I did. Wouldn't it be cool to finish it on the 4th of July? Maybe next year. It's probably not going to be this year, but I love it. Okay. My next one is a pattern from Country Magic Stitch. I think I got it on Etsy, but it says they have a website, countrymagicstitch.com. This is a little bit older of a pattern, so it's meant to look like one of those travel posters, like Visit Switzerland or whatever, but it's Harry Potter themed, so it's Visit Hogsmeade. And I don't have a picture of what it looks like when it's finished. But I do have a little bit of a start on it. So this is what it looks like so far. It's like Hogsmeade in the winter, like a snowy winter village. I have really not worked on this very much. I took it on an airplane for a trip once, but I didn't work on it very much. And I worked on it in the car once, which I don't always stitch in the car. It kind of makes me a little bit car sick. So I've never like sat down and dedicated time to this one. It's kind of just been like off and on. But it's going to get 10 days on it at some point, and it's going to look really great. I do love it. It's just kind of one that I wanted it because I was traveling, and I wanted something that was going to be really easy to stitch, like not dark fabric. I think it's like a 32 count, so it's big, and I have the pattern printed, but I also had it on my phone so I could reference it on my phone, and it just hasn't gotten a lot of love. Okay, so my next one, oh man, I'm not as far on this as I thought. This is probably one of my very oldest WIPs. I haven't even touched it for a couple years. It's done on like a 14 count Aida, which I don't love. In fact, I can tell you when I started this. It was October of 2020. I wasn't even really stitching on Aida that much in 2020. I think I wanted this one to have the really pixelated look. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if I have a picture of what it looks like when it's finished. But this is a map of Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is a video game where you live in this little town and do farming and fishing, and it's kind of fun and addicting. And you can pull up a map to see the town. So this is what it looks like. I really thought I had more finish than this. This was not a particularly enjoyable stitch. So despite the fact that it's on 14 count Aida, well, maybe that was why. Anyway, lots of confetti stitching. I was not really enjoying it. I started it when we were up at our cabin, and I just had grabbed like a needle, like one needle, and it ended up not being a good one, and so I was really struggling with stitching it. It wasn't particularly fun. And I decided I'm going to power through and finish it, and I really thought I had more done than this. It will still get done in less than 10 days. I just have all the white left to do, which I thought was further than that. It's just going to feel huge when I work on it because it's only 14 count. It's okay. It'll get done. I'll be happy with it. I'll frame it or something. The video game is super fun, which is why I wanted to make it. So anyway, okay. Next I have, okay, this is another one that I do not have. I can't show you what it looks like when it's finished because I don't have a picture of it. I bought it from an Etsy shop that no longer exists. I think they were probably, I'm not sure if this is legit. They were probably not a legit seller for this, but I'm gonna finish it. It is called Small World. This is my start on it. It's more than just a start. I'm like, this is the one I will definitely finish this year. It's done on an opalescent, I don't know if you can see the sparkle in it. Not so much. It's sparkly. It's colorful. This is my favorite kind of thing to stitch because it's like big blocks of color, and I love it. There's still more to go. Comes out a little bit on each side. Maybe a little bit more at the bottom too. But it's just fun, bright blocks of color, sparkly fabric. It's gonna look amazing. Can't wait to stitch on it some more. Yay. Okay. This is why I'm on the floor, because I am spreading out a bunch. Okay. This next one if I were to UFO a chart, this would probably be the next one, a UFO. I do love it. It is from Awesome Pattern Studio. But last time I looked at their page, I couldn't see this one on it. I'm trying to see what it's called here. It's just called Spaceship. I'm just going to show you the pattern from really far away because I don't think you'll be able to take anything off that. I am further on it than I thought I was. I've worked on this a couple times. This was one of my WIP goes back last year when I was actually doing WIP go. And this is where I am. This is kind of like the main part of the spaceship. I was really struggling with this fabric last year though, partly because it's dark. It's not black, it's just a dark gray. I think the color is Night Owl from Roxy Floss Co. But I don't know, I wasn't happy with how any of the stitches were looking. They really don't look that bad now that I look at it again. But when I was stitching it, I was like, these look terrible. And I was having a hard time seeing it, and I don't know. I think if it gets spun, I mean, at some point it will get spun on the wheel. And I think I will start working on it and see how I feel. It's also full coverage, which I don't know if I will do it full coverage or if there's like this dark circle. I might just leave that out and use the fabric. It's in an awesome bag though that I made. Star Wars. That inside. Love that. Anyway, I will give it another chance whenever it gets spun on the wheel this year. But if I'm still struggling with it after a couple days, I might UFO it. Not because I don't like it, but because I don't. It's hard to stitch on sometimes. All right. I apologize because I realize a lot of these patterns are digital. And I can't show you like what they're gonna look like when they're done, which is also this next one. This is Elf Tree from Soda Stitch. I started stitching this, I think a couple years ago. And I am not sure I actually stitched on it at all last year. I'm trying to figure out, okay, which way it goes. This is where I am on it. So I've got a tree in right here in the top of the roof. It's like a tree house for elves. It's super cute. Soda Stitch, I love their colors and the way they shade, and it actually stitches up really quickly. So I really I love this pattern. I just need to work on it more because I don't think I touched it. Did I work on it last year? Maybe I did. I just don't remember. It actually goes fairly quick. I like it. I just need to work on it. And my next one is a Carolyn Manning. I just kind of was in a mood to try Carolyn Manning. I've never done one of hers before. So it's called Deep Ocean. I might have a picture of this one somewhere. If I can find it, I will pop it up here. If not, it's just a kind of, I like her patterns because a lot of them look like quilts. So this one has gorgeous colors. Look at these colors. Oh, that's so fabulous. So pretty. And really fun floss strings, floss straps. That's what they're called. I just got a little bit of a start on it. Because I only stitched on it for like 2 or 3 days. So that's my small start. I don't think that's the direction it goes. Maybe this way. I'm doing it on an Ada. I can't remember if it's 18 or 20 count. I think it's 18. From I am trying to remember. I can't remember where it's from. If I can find it, I'll put it somewhere up here or in the description box. It's called Deep Ocean. I stitched on it for like 2 days. But it's gonna get a lot more done on it this year. So it'll be good. My next one is from Counting Petals. It's called Books Are Magic. It's like, that's what it says, but is that what it's called? Yes, it is. Books Are Magic. I started this one at Stitch West in October with some friends. It's got these really lovely colors in it. And this is where I am on it. So I got a lot done. I really have only worked on it for like 2 days maybe. And I've got the whole top of the book done. Some of the flowers. All of this up on the top is like back stitching and something called a star stitch. So that should go pretty quick. So all I really have left to do of the cross stitching is the bottom of the book, the open book, and then the stacked books underneath. So it's gonna go really quick. I will definitely have a finish on this one this year, and I'm using a piece of like this nice purple fabric. I didn't have a name. I got it from Fangirl Fibers in her Halloween advent. So it didn't have a name with it, but it's this really nice purple, so that's fun. Okay. Oh, there's like 4 or 5 left. We're just plowing right through. The next one I have is A Perfect World from the Scarlet House. I started stitching this with my friend Emmy from Mission Stitch. She finished it in 2023, I think. She started it the same year, or she finished it the same year she started it. And it was a start along, not a stitch along, because clearly we did not continue to stitch along together, because this is where I am on it. Oh, my wrinkles in this one are just awful. Sorry about that. So technically I have almost the whole top half done. Unfortunately, that is not half of the pattern because it's very stitch heavy in the bottom. So I've done like all of that, and I have all of this left to do, which is all the heavy stitching, which is fine. I like a good fill-in. So, but that's about where I am. It's a nice pattern. I will finish it. Probably not this year. I think this is a little too much stitching to finish it in 10 days. So unless I decide to work on it outside of that 10-day period, it probably won't get done this year. It's okay. Okay. This is like the project I am least excited to work on. And I know, like, if I don't enjoy a project, I should just stop working on it and do something I enjoy, right? But I'm so close to a finish on this one, I'm just gonna finish it. This is the Drawn Thread Sunnyside Sampler. I got this as a kit from the Drawn Thread. So I had high hopes that it was gonna look like the picture, right? It's in a hoop, and I'm not gonna pop it out of the hoop. So this is where I am. I'm almost done. I am on this house right here. So that's all I have left. Easy peasy. It's just not the bright colors that I want it to be. I love stitching houses. Houses are so fun to stitch. They're so cute. But look, I don't know, maybe you can't see it. This just seems way more vibrant to me than this. So it's kind of a little bit boring. But I'm so far, I'm just gonna finish it. It's got some over one stitching, you can see right there. and right there, and there's some more above these that'll be above these houses, but I'm close to a finish, so I'm just gonna power through. It's just not one I am super enjoying. It'll be fine though, and it will take me less than 10 days to finish it, so there's just no reason not to just finish it. It was also my first time using silks, I think, so that's nice. All right, oops. I missed putting some of the stuff back in with it. Tuck it all in. Oh, okay. Whoops, sorry, I just bumped the camera. This WIP is not even on my WIP wheel because I forgot about it, but it's just tiny. If I can find a picture, I'll put it up here, but it's called, I don't even know what it's called. It's from the Etsy shop Stitchable History. I'm a huge history buff, so I just needed something small one day. I needed to do a new start, and I love starting really big things, so I was trying to talk myself out of starting something ginormous, and I settled on this little tiny start. It is a little detail from the Bayou Tapestry, which is huge, but it has just like lots of things all over it, little figurines and stuff. So this is the start of a bird. The pattern is 2 peacocks that are pictured on the Bayou Tapestry, and this is the head of one of them. It's just small, like there's peacock here, there's peacock here. They're really funky peacocks. They're super fun. So this just like fulfilled my need to start something new one day. And then I forgot about it. I think I worked on it one day and part of a second day, and I'm not even gonna put it on the wheel because it's gonna go, it would be silly to put it on there. It's gonna take not that long to stitch. So if you like history stuff, I would recommend checking out this Etsy shop. Stitchable History is what it's called, and they have lots of fun patterns, lots of different details from the Bayou Tapestry, some stuff about British history, the Tudors, stuff like that. So it's fun, and these peacocks are just so funky. I love them. All right, 2 left. This one I also don't have a picture of. It's a soda stitch. I remember one day, I didn't work on this at all last year. So the year before last, I just one day really wanted to start something new, and I kind of wanted it to be a soda stitch. So I just dove in. This is a mermaid. It will be a mermaid in a jar. And this is just, let me see if I can smooth out my fabric a little bit. I'm not great about ironing things, so I apologize if you really don't like wrinkled fabrics. I will try to smooth them out. Okay, so this is kind of the bottom of the jar with a strand of thread. There's some seaweed coming up the side. This is a shell that the mermaid is going to be chilling in whenever I get to her. So it kind of just scratched an itch that I had to work on a soda stitch. So still lots to do on it, but it will be fun, and it will get some love this year. I think this is on Cream and Sugar is the color. I didn't tell you what Bayou Tapestry was on, or the one before that. Again, if you really want to know what any of these fabrics are, just ask me and I will let you know. Okay, last one. This is One Stitch at a Time from La-Di-Da. I thought it was like La-Di-Da Studios or something, but it's not. Just a cute, small sampler. I think I only worked on it for 2 or 3 days. And that's how far I got. Haven't filled in the house yet because I think I'm going to change the color of the house. It's charted for graphite, which is just a gray. I want something fun, blue or pink or something fun like that. So this fabric is, I'm sure I wrote it down, 36 count buckwheat from Forbidden Fiber Co. And this is one I will get done this year. It's just little. It'll be fun to work on, and it'll be done, and that will be it. Okay, we made it through all of my WIPs except my seasonal ones, because I just knew that that was going to be too long of a video. So I may just maybe I'll do a seasonal WIP parade in like October or September. That would be kind of fun. Anyway, thank you if you stuck around for this long. Thanks for hanging in with me, and I hope you're stitching on something that I'm stitching on. If you are, let me know. I just love to follow progress with other people that are working on the same things as me. And there's a good chance you'll finish it before me too, which would be awesome. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for being with me today, and I hope you'll join me again soon. Bye.